Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment. You can listen to the Mike O'Mara Show at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Let's get started.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show with Mike O'Mara, Oscar Santana, and Robb Spiewak. Now, here's Mike.
Hello, everybody. We are live from Podville Media in Washington, D.C., and around the world. You are listening to the Mike O'Mara Show. Welcome to the party, and please join us along with our friends in great places like Midland, Virginia, Belfast, Ireland, Disney World, Florida.
Why you laugh at that?
Because I vomited there.
Yes.
Sunnyvale, California, and the Finger Lakes of New York, along with Condao, Vietnam. The Mike O'Mara
I've
show
thrown
is
up
on
there.
Yes, you have.
Yes.
You're a world traveler. That's
world
the way
vomiter.
that rolls.
You'll eat anywhere, you'll vomit anywhere.
Anywhere.
So, anywho, welcome to the show from Washington, D.C. and the great state of Maine. We are glad to be with you. Gray nastiness up here, as it has been for most of the time that I've been up here. It gets like that up in Maine. But,
What's the word you
no
said
problem.
yesterday for it?
Scuddy.
And is that
Scuddy, Scuddy. And
Scuddy.
Scuddy?
people that aren't from New England, maybe people from, I don't know where I got it from, but I say it all the time, Scuddy, and that's it. I mean, it's just it's a word I use, and it's my daughter Elizabeth is in tow here, along with her boyfriend Connor. That's my indication that
It's time.
might be time.
Oh, I see.
Might be time
To advance to the next level.
We played Killer Trouble, 2 rounds of Killer Trouble last night, and Elizabeth was the big winner. It's board games, it's family.
Yeah.
I love it. What makes
brought
A
to-
throwback.
Killer Trouble different than regular trouble? Are the stakes higher or
No, I mean we bet, we gamble. You
Oh,
know,
good. Well, that's fun. Yeah.
We had a $1 for the first game. Everybody put in $1, 4 of us, and then for the second round we had $2, and Elizabeth took home the prize both times, which is pretty rare in a 4-person game of trouble. So we're here. It's a semi-vacation for me up here now, and looking forward to seeing a lot of family this week. As people are coming and going and going and coming. The next generation, my niece, has a home up here now. So
that's
spectacular
sweet.
home that they built
That's
up
nice.
here, which is just
in the
really
same
special.
neighborhood?
Oh, my God. It's across the street from
Oh, I love it.
the old family home that you guys stay
Yeah.
in,
Oh,
and
that's-
directly across the street from my cousin Billy, and 2 doors down from my sister, and
That's beautiful.
1 door down from my cousin Teddy.
It's like the
I mean, it
O'Mara
really-
compound.
Yeah.
I took Linda's friend on a tour, and he really was kind of struck when I said, and this person lives here, and this person lives here, and this person lives here. Now let's drive all the way back to my house, which works fine.
You
which works
chose
fine for
that
me.
space
Yeah,
for
that's
a
fine.
reason.
That's fine.
I chose that space really, though, for financial reasons,
Yes.
because I can't live down there, and but it's the way it is, and looking forward to
Are
seeing.
you
the
from
family.
away?
Yeah.
You mean
I
just
feel
up
like
from the
I'm
point?
away.
Yeah.
However,
Are you an islander?
now, Robb did his homework. I don't know if you did your homework, Oscar, and watched a little Black Mirror last night, if you got a chance.
I did. I started it, and my wife was not into it, and she said, "I said,
Oh, so you probably missed the best part.
well, this is the thing. She wasn't into that, but she wanted to ruin my experience with Idol. So I didn't win. You guys won.
Yeah.
So Idol is the naughty one with Johnny Depp's daughter.
Yes.
Yeah.
That I want to.
And The Weeknd.
I'm trying to steal a moment to watch that because I'm starting to read more stuff on that as well. However, before we get to that, let me mention that tonight may be my favorite night in Maine that I'm looking forward to. So you know that I've got my buddy Zach. who
Yeah,
is
The
a,
lobsterman.
lobsterman and avid. They have now made Zach the harbor master up here, which I am.
cool.
wow.
I was the first true advocate for him to get
Yeah.
that position, so I'm thrilled that he's the main guy.
You get a discount on the moorings?
No, because that's another company that puts the
Oh,
moorings in.
they
But
always
then again,
outsource
that's
things.
my sister really picking up the slack on that because they're up here all summer.
Yeah.
And I'm not.
What
but
does the
anyway.
harbor master do?
He's in charge of so in Maine, unlike other places, you a lot of places that have boats, you have what are called boat slips, where you pull your boat into a dock.
Yeah.
In Maine, it's all moorings. And you've seen that, the pictures of Maine harbors.
May
where
I
the boats
explain
are
a
all,
mooring just for those not
Would you like me to explain it?
No,
Or do
I
you
know.
wanna-
Look, I know.
Okay, go
I
ahead.
come
Lay
from
it
a
on me. I'd
landlocked
like to hear what
country.
you-
I can tell you what's up.
Go ahead.
I've done some research. A mooring is a cartoon-sized cinder block with 10,000 pounds. It's on the sea floor that essentially is a long keychain for your boat. And what's great about a mooring off a dock is as the sea levels rise and fall, you're not connected to land. The mooring actually moves around a little bit, but it's a long keychain for your boat.
That is, I find no fault in that description.
Are they
It is-
ever sunk into the ground like a piling, or are they always
No.
weighted at the bottom? Okay.
The way I know it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
it's just as it is, a cartoon piece
That's
of
great.
granite. It's granite blocks with a chain attached
Yes.
to a mooring line, which is a rope, a big heavy-duty rope, and then usually for a little boat, you've got a mooring line attached to your boat. So it goes chain to heavy-duty rope to little rope that ties around.
Yeah.
Do you,
and for
do you know what? Do you want to know why I know this?
How do you know this? I'm fascinated with how you know this.
There was a slip available in the DC Harbor.
Oh.
Oh my God, he's stroking out on us.
No, he's fine. He
stroking.
gets excited when he talks about boats.
About money.
Okay.
Boat.
Okay,
Boat.
so
Boat.
I'm watching this TikTok, and the guy's like, "Would you like to live in the DC Harbor?" And Mike, the DC Harbor,
Like Quincy, Mike.
as you know it, and I know it, prior to 5 or 10 years ago, as we talked about, is completely different.
Yeah. Oh, they've
It's
refaced
completely
it,
different.
yeah.
It's beautiful. So this boat looks like a dumpster on the water. And I said, why would I want to buy that boat for $350,000? This TikTok guy's like, you want to buy this boat?
Run down.
Yeah.
It's
dirty.
just terrible.
Okay.
And then he says, you're not actually buying the boat. You're buying the slip because the slip comes with the boat. And you
So
see
you're
all,
buying a place like in, I think of out in the San Francisco Bay Area, where people live on the water.
correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
You know?
Correct.
Yeah,
Correct.
That's it.
So
Jerry had a yacht. He spent a lot of time
I
on.
start reading about why slips on boats cost so much money.
Okay.
It's location, it's availability, it's a lot of blue laws. If they're openings, how long people have had the slips, or the generational, or then the family, etc.
Okay.
They can be free of regulatory interference as
Correct,
well.
correct. And then that led me to Bunny Trail. This just happened 3 days ago. That's how I know so much about this. So like, oh, you might want to invest in a mooring. And I said, who would want to invest in a mooring? Isn't that like just a big cinder block at the bottom of the ocean?
Uh-huh.
Apparently, there's a limit to moorings in different docks.
Sure.
Yeah.
Of course.
Who knew that?
Well, you've got only so much space in close to the dock.
Let me
And
remind you, I come from a landlocked country.
Here's the thing
With
about our
no
mooring.
limits on population.
I have only taken the boat out once, and I rode in from the mooring, and I'm really, really happy that that the dock is up here in my little
Yes.
town up here. The mooring is in Canada, and I'm really.
Would you pay a premium for a closer mooring?
I don't think that's the equation.
okay.
I think it's who you know.
Okay.
And
but don't you know the harbor master?
Yeah, I know the harbor master, but he didn't put in the
Yeah,
mooring.
the moorings is a different company.
It's a different company that put it in. And
Mooring.
It's the two brats that have their boats closest. That's the way it always
Oh,
is,
name names.
you know?
I love it when you get persnickety.
No, I can't name names. I don't want to get in trouble.
Are
Just
you
people
related to
start-
them?
One of them, yeah. We always come up here, and during the pandemic, last time I was up here over 2 years ago, I came up and it was wrecked. The economy got hammered, and they've had a bit of a bounce back. And so there aren't less places. There are a couple that have gone out of business, but there are also additions to some and modifications to others. And then in downtown, the downtown Ellsworth area, well, see, now I'm actually advertising where I'm going to be. There is a new Japanese steakhouse.
Ooh.
And I drive by it, and I see it on the street, and you know what the place is called?
What's that then?
Well, hello, Sumo's.
Sumos.
Oh,
And
that's
by
so
golly, we are
Ellsworth.
going to Sumo's with my buddies. What could
Now, is it
possibly
a
go
Japanese hibachi style?
wrong? I
where
don't
they-
know. I don't know.
They're fun. They're awfully fun with the crowd.
I would assume so.
Yep.
But it is just
Cook
to
it
do
right
that,
in front of you.
To do that in Maine is special. We don't get a lot up here, and so it's very special.
May
and
I
can't
make
wait.
a correction? I'm sorry.
Yes.
It's called. This is even worse. It's called Crazy Sumo.
Okay, yeah. Thanks, Oscar. For those Googling,
He's nothing
and planning
if not
on the
accurate.
drive,
Yeah.
the drive from 2.5 hours away to sit at the table next door, I'm really excited.
It is a hibachi style restaurant.
I am
Oh, you're
so
going to have
excited.
a blast. You're going to have so much
This
fun.
is the most. This may be
Zach
the most.
and I think differently about everything in the world, and Zach is so much fun, and he's gotten better. He's gotten more outspoken, and it's just he was on all my buddies. I've noticed all my long-term friends. There's never any break, right? There's never any acclimating. People always say, you know what the oldest cliche is like, and it's like we never missed a beat. Well, that's everybody.
That's so true.
It's so
No, it's not
true. If you
everybody.
have long-term
It's not-
friends, you
it's
never
not
have to
everybody.
really-
If you're
it isn't?
genuine, with them, then if you're genuine with each other, then you can pick up where you left off.
Yeah.
If you've been fake or you're like there's been some skullduggery around or something else
Right.
is going on, you can't do that.
Well, it's fun, and I'm excited about it. And
I
you
hope
get the
that
real skinny.
your chef is actually a local. From
I hope so
Ellsworth.
too. But who knows what to expect?
Open
No,
your-
there is a
Open your mouth. I'm going to throw a shrimp in there.
There is a wide variety of
Yeah.
ethnicity up
Yeah.
here. There are some locally owned Mexican places from Mexican people that have moved to the area.
Sure.
And now, why are you shaking your head? What?
It's you're being
It's lily white up
You're
here,
on.
yes.
Yeah, you're honest. I've been there. I felt like I was like, oh, people are gonna look twice when they see me up here.
It's not like it used to be.
It's
Because
gotten
the
better.
world is a smaller place.
Yeah.
You know.
When you
It
get
used to be if you saw an African American up here, you'd kind of go,
Yeah, any person of color, including myself. When I was there, I was looking around, being like, huh.
yeah.
It's and I didn't mind it. I was like, this is this is what I expected. The Pine Tree State.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mike, just promise me
Crazy
this.
Sumos. Thank you for getting the right name because I was like, Crazy Sumos, we have to go there. I was like a little kid. I was like Jimmy when he saw the Blues Brothers.
Yeah,
start.
exactly.
Crazy Sumos.
Mike,
You
when
know?
you're between courses, you must ask to meet the Crazy Sumo. He might be there.
Oh, wouldn't that be special? Now, if you and I ran it, we'd hire the fattest guy we could get, put him in a thong, and have him come out in the middle of dinner and give everybody their after dinner, give everybody the check.
I hope the guy that comes out in the hibachi garb,
Yeah.
he's like
Tall red hat.
as Maine gets.
It would be great.
I don't think that's going to be the case because I think you don't open those joints unless you've got somebody with some background in the biz, and the biz is Asian.
Yeah, and you know what? It is a show. It is an absolute show when you eat there, and I never
It can
tire
be a
of
good
it.
show. It can be a great show.
Yeah, like
But the show, it's great for kids.
Oh,
and
they love it.
It's better for, let me see, we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, at least 5 of our own. That's almost the whole table.
Yeah.
So if you've got the whole table, that's the way. If you got a big group of people, even though I always find those places a little overpriced, and I'll let you know about that as well, but I'm very excited about it.
5 stars across the board.
Really?
Yep.
That's great.
That's incredibly special. So looking forward to it as we enjoy another great
Will you
day
take
up
a
here.
video of the onion volcano for me?
Oh, you know what? That is really a bad idea.
I love the onion volcano.
I won't do that. So getting back to, speaking of food that might induce some sort of gastric distress, that seems to be a theme. I always seem to inadvertently put a theme through every show, and today it would be gastrointestinal distress. So
Okay.
Robb looked in, Oscar, on the latest episode of Black Mirror. Not the latest episode, but the latest season.
Right.
Featuring Salma Hayek.
A lot of press going on for
who's-
that. Yep.
Who's getting just tremendous amount of press because she still manages to look
She
stunning.
looks dynamite.
And
No. You sound like such a pervert when you say that.
he does.
All I'm doing is agreeing.
She looks
you
dynamite.
I know you are, but you're a perv. You are.
I didn't say it like Oscar said it.
That's how it comes off.
You know what, Mike? I'll tell you this. She's a knockout.
I don't know why it grosses me out.
Because we've been grossed out by anything sexual with Robb since we've been working together.
So
We
be
can't
it.
help ourselves.
Right.
It's,
Oh, you know
did
what,
you
Mac,
say, did you
maybe-
say
maybe-
so it should be?
Mac-
No, I said so be it.
Mac, you're
So
here.
be it.
This is
That's
fresh
funny.
for you. Mac Attack's here this week.
Yes.
Does it gross you out?
Not really.
Oh, he's normal. Maybe
Well,
we're so too sensitive.
there's the
about
great
this.
arbiter.
Yeah.
Right there. That's
Yeah,
fantastic. Yes, right. There's the guy. There's the guy that if I saw him near a school, I'd call the police.
How dare you?
How dare me?
Oh,
There we
Mike.
go.
You know from Max
I'll
past,
have
he
you-
never goes near a school.
We've done a
go to-
background check.
Yeah.
He's clean.
Now,
go to Whole
question,
Foods.
I have a question for
I
you.
go to Whole Foods.
Oh, boy.
Wow.
Question for you, Mike. I've heard about Black Mirror all along, but I have never watched an episode. So that episode was the first time I looked at it.
First time?
Yeah, had you seen the show
Is it
before?
like somebody standing you out on the playground and spinning you around 20 times with your brain to get it all messed up? And
It
all
was
that?
quite a bit like that. And I like sort of like, for example, I saw the Flash movie, and it involves a lot of time travel incidences like that.
Is that the new Flash
Yeah,
movie?
it was great. It was great.
I thought people are ravaging it. Savaging it.
People don't like it, don't know why. My son and I both loved it.
Yeah, there's two schools of thought. Half the
Okay.
people are like, this is the best DC movie that they have made to date.
Mm-hmm.
The other half, I think they're purists. They're like, that didn't happen.
I-
Right?
Oh,
It's-
okay,
it's-
then
I
I'm with the
actually
Rob.
have some-
I'm with the Rob people.
You
then
know what,
on
Mike?
that
It
one.
won't be. It's not like an over-the-top Marvel movie. I think a lot of people are disappointed. It has a story.
So I actually have some
Yeah.
insight in this.
No, hi, Mac.
Oh,
Which
hi,
is
Mac.
why
Yeah.
you and I, a million years ago in New York, when we went to see Spider-Man
Right.
together, why we liked that first Toby Maguire
I think
Spider-Man?
it was the second.
They're
that we
all
saw.
Tobey Maguire.
Well, we liked it,
We
right?
did.
We
We
dug
did
it.
because it had a good
Of the
story.
reboot.
And
Yeah.
I mean, you it's okay if you like, but me digging it was a big stretch, and
Yeah,
I
yeah,
liked
yeah.
it. I
Mike
enjoyed
Mac
it.
would like to weigh in here if it's okay.
So
Yeah.
the main reason why it's getting review bombed is the main actor, Ezra Miller,
Yes.
has been in a lot of controversy recently with abuse.
What kind of abuse?
like domestic abuse.
Yes, and
He's
sexual
been
abuse.
he's been accused of
Oh,
grooming,
Jesus
grooming,
Christ.
yes.
All right.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, I got to do
Yuck.
a deep dive on that.
and he looks just like Jimmy Kimmel in the movie. But regardless of this,
Oh, you're just going to put that aside?
I liked it. I liked the movie a lot.
Thanks, Mac.
well, that's good.
So I think when it comes onto the television, I don't see you going to a theater for it, but I think you'll enjoy it. But it involved a lot of time loop and like Back to the Future type plot holes, and I like stuff like that. But it does get confusing.
But
I will
at the
say
root
that.
of it, you see Michael Keaton as Batman.
That's the greatest. That's so good.
So you did you looked in on it,
Right.
And Oscar's wife wouldn't let him
DQ'd.
finish it.
Yeah, she was not into it.
It is the actress from Schitt's Creek who is
She is great.
God, I don't
I'll bring
know
the
her
name.
God damn it! I wish I knew her name. She's in it, and she's
She
spectacular in
is.
it. But
Annie Murphy.
Annie Murphy is great in it. Annie Murphy is so funny in it. That is just it makes me realize what talent they mined for Schitt's Creek. 'Cause,
Yes.
Annie Murphy, was basically apprenticing with Eugene Levy,
Mm-hmm.
and Catherine O'Hara. So I mean, God,
Fruit
I mean that had to
wine.
be. So you're the big story is Salma Hayek saying again and again and again, I did something I've never done before. I don't know how. It's just all the coverage is what she did
Right.
for this episode of Black Mirror. And spoiler alert, if you have not seen Black Mirror and the Salma Hayek episode, please turn everything down. I'm giving you fair warning
Yes.
about spoiler alert. But the main issue with Salma, I'm not going to get into the plot details of Black Mirror because that would make you throw up. It's so
It
confusing.
is very
But on the other
convoluted,
end,
yeah.
there's a scene where Salma Hayek, playing the role of Annie Murphy, goes into a church while there is a wedding happening after stuffing herself with ridiculous amounts of fast food and drinking a
Miralax.
a turbo Miralax.
Yes.
And that'll rear its ugly head later in the show too.
Did you understand
and
why she mixed the laxative with scotch?
I have no idea.
I don't either.
But it was just to get drunk when she was going to do
I
it.
suppose, yeah.
Probably
a little,
liquid courage.
a little bit of courage, yeah.
And proceeds to walk into the church in a cheerleader's. Oscar, you should have seen it.
It's something.
With a
I'll still
cheerleader's
watch.
outfit and then release.
Oh.
And it is like, I didn't know what it was going to be. And then I'm like, oh, I get it now.
Yeah.
Because I think Annie Murphy's the first one to do it. And then they show the TV version.
Yeah, because the
with,
TV show
with
follows her
Salma.
real life. Yeah.
And not graphic at all, but it is graphic enough.
Trying
Just
to-
the
If
idea
you
of
use
it.
your mind, it's quite graphic. Yeah.
Yeah.
In the church, there was a nuptials going on. She
Yeah,
was
there were
trying-
nuptials,
okay,
so
gotcha.
the worst possible
Gotcha.
scenario.
Yeah, and
you
it
know.
was mass. It was a long service.
It was, oh, God. So it made me think about the movies and poo. And poo has been a part of movie lore for a very... I immediately went to the next most famous, which may be Dumb and Dumber.
Yes.
I
Which
think so.
has a poo scene. And then I was thinking, it's not... I still don't think... I think people are afraid to portray it. Although it just seems to me more and more we're seeing people on the can.
Or
on television shows,
above
you know?
luggage, like we did in that one HBO series, the White Lotus.
Oh, White Lotus,
The White
yeah,
Lotus.
when he went
Oh
to-
my
yeah,
God,
yeah.
that's right. It's
Yeah.
becoming more and more of a
The first
common
season.
thing.
A
Bodily
go-to.
functions
Yeah. Mhm.
in TV, but you know, I don't think.
And there was that scene also, I mean, if you go a little further back in Casablanca, where Humphrey Bogart,
Ruined his white pants.
he did. He had to switch
Well, on
to
the
a dark
piano
tuxedo.
where Sam was playing,
Exactly.
he didn't like a particular cut.
Yeah,
right?
I told you not to play that song.
So anyway, it's Salma and obviously getting a lot of buzz with that. So if you want to check it out, and if you've heard the spoiler and you haven't seen it, and you didn't care about the spoiler, and now you're going to go and watch it
Yeah,
because
I'll
of
go.
what I just said, shame on you.
Yeah.
Shame on you.
But I will say this, they'll still enjoy it because there's a lot of plot going on.
There is but it's so I've watched two things this week called Behind Her Eyes, which is kind of a supernatural thriller, and then this. And you can, if you back-to-back shows that are filled with interesting imaginary scenarios, you can feel a little squirrely after that.
Oh,
you
yeah.
feel like your brain is not in the right place. But Black Mirror's been doing that forever.
Wasn't-
So check it out.
A common, I guess, thread on Reddit was, especially during the pandemic, that we were living in an episode of Black Mirror.
Yeah, because everything is so upside down and weird. But perhaps I am mindful of gastrointestinal issues based on. I have to be honest. I've lost weight. I've been very open about the fact that I've taken this Manjaro, and they're very open about some of the side effects being gastrointestinal. And I have to tell you that in my particular circumstance, I've been really bound up for a long, long time.
Oh, I would think it
And
would be the other direction.
It is not the other direction. At least for me, it's not. And I believe everybody is different. And you know that, Rob, in the past, I've had my issues with that.
Sure.
As we all have.
We all have.
Because
If there was
of
just a common thread.
Who knows? Yes. If you don't think it's tied to stress.
No, I don't think it is.
If you don't think it's tied to stress.
I don't at all.
Buzz, Rob, and me.
And yet it all
Severe
seemed to miraculously...
gastrointestinal issues.
It
I
all
mean,
seemed
really.
to miraculously clear up about, no, I don't know.
Yeah, well,
14
I
years
occasionally
ago.
get the thing, and then they're changing the diagnosis for a condition I have called diverticulitis. And used to think that if you ate a particular substance, if you
Seeds.
ate like a seed, a nut, something small that would get diverticulosis are these little pockets in your intestine. And this is gross for people, but I don't care. I'm talking about it, and I want people to know. Then I think the school of thought has moved to if you are not moving, if the train is not on time and things are not processing the way they should,
This is
can
the
cause-
worst train ride I've ever
that
had.
can cause the pain.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
of course, right before I'm coming up here, of course, when's the last time I traveled? New Orleans. I was fine. But coming up here when I'm going to see the fam and all that, and it's a 3-week commitment. By the way, if you said there's a plane outside the house right now, I'm on it. Okay. I've already had my fill up here. I swear to God I have.
That's fine. You're having a great time.
And of course, I get the pain.
Yeah.
And I got a great new doctor who immediately put me on the drugs. And the drugs will usually rectify it, and then things get back to normal. Well, that's not the case. Now I'm at the end of the drugs. I don't have any pain, but I'm,
Struggling?
I'm struggling. And then last night I said, enough of this.
Oh, no.
Enough of this game.
Yes.
you know, the products that have been recommended to me by medical professionals are over the counter, and I decide to. They said it's okay to double up, and my feeling last night was that if it's okay to double up, it's okay to double up.
Oh, so
and
not
so
4
I,
times.
I doubled up. And
is this
and
a
then,
pill or is this a salve?
It's
What is
oddly
this?
enough, it's a powder.
Oh,
Robb.
that you mix with water and yeah, of course. Aha. Well,
Oh, hey, how's that? There's my invisible drink.
this is a Claude Rains amazing drink.
Yes, Mike. How's that? Obvious. Mike O'Mara, the worst personality with a virtual background. Hello, Don.
Stop it.
Hello, Mike.
Stop.
Anyway.
Did it taste
So-
like oranges?
Well, you flavor it.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
flavor it. You can put it in anything. It's flavorless.
Oh, okay. Because I would in the Metamucil used to be orange flavored.
Oh,
Yeah.
By the
Do you
way,
still
my
take it?
apologies.
No,
but,
I haven't
sometimes-
in years.
Sometimes I have to give my, my little, my little dissertation on my health. So I
Yeah.
hope you don't mind.
No, it's fine.
But it's something that seems to be working.
Oh, good. What did you
But
mix
not
it in?
working. A little liquid IV.
Oh, good.
You
Excellent.
know, and I was concerned when I woke up this morning because I didn't have the pain. You know. And when I woke up first thing this
Gross.
morning,
Yeah.
it was
With those
I
powders,
knew everything was all right.
Your most important thing is to stay hydrated
Mm-hmm.
because
Absolutely.
it'll expand and give like it gives
I think
bulk.
if I recall, I know too much about this because my mama is on the Ozempic medicine, different medicine, but similar ingredients.
Similar.
She said that she's got to pound water every day.
I
For-
think that might be the
for
case,
best
and I think I
recourse.
was
Or
probably
liquid IV.
But I'm here to say that over-the-counter products, some of them are spectacular. So I'm very, very happy with with things going. I really am. I think we're.
You think
we're
some of
gonna
your
be A-okay.
maladies would actually clear up as you lose weight?
Yeah, but as I say to my wife occasionally, it's always something.
Yeah.
It's always something.
True.
I also, I'm fine, but I really just want to make sure everything is on the up and up, and everything is working, and everything is good, and everything is solid, and all that.
But you're not like Uncle Buck up there.
No,
Strange
No.
addiction to cheese.
no, but it's a small house, and I'm always paranoid because right below are the two guest bedrooms.
Oh,
that
you have
we
a lot of company.
And-
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess they're going to play the whole fill of the can.
Boy, you need that.
Yeah, so be aware if you do
So
go
d-
on these things.
If
you gotta,
yesterday
be
was like
mindful of it.
was yesterday like a C plus and today is better?
Yeah, yesterday was a D.
Oh, okay. And today?
Today was a resolution of the D. I'm able to pass the test in class.
Yes.
but I'm not getting A's yet, and I don't
Okay.
know when I will get A's in the future. And I believe I will need my Cliff Notes, which is the white powder, for the foreseeable future, which is okay.
Are you
And
still
by the
on
way,
the-
if there's
are you-
anybody that knows anything about this, I would welcome it.
Are you still sticking to the diet I recommended? Hard boiled eggs and nuts?
No, what I do now is during the dinner hour when people are eating, I go into the forest and I eat bark. That's what I'm doing now.
Like Cocaine
with,
Bear.
Everybody.
Yeah.
And we shall see. So that's it. I think
We're
You're
all
back,
rooting
baby. You're
for
back.
you.
You're
We're
back,
rooting
baby.
for
But
you.
up here, I don't know. It's a vibe. It's a different world, and I think that it's I've really done a lot of deep thinking about people up here. When I was telling you the story about that guy that got arrested,
Yeah.
and then I read all about him and his story, and I don't want to go into details about it, but he's a little out there, and I realized that this is a pretty good place to hide. This is a pretty good place for people that might not feel like they want to be in a routine that is enjoyed by a great many Americans. You can dance to your own drummer up here. You
That's
really
right.
can.
Well,
And it's a variety of
when
things.
we drove up there the first time with you, I felt like you could. Well, we didn't drive. We landed in Boston, and then Shannon and I drove up.
Mhm.
I was like, you could bury a body out here.
Yeah.
No,
Any rural area,
Yeah.
Carl and I, we're the TV generation of watching these shows where it puts the lotion on its skin or else it gets the hose again. You think about that. Although when you think about that guy in that movie, he had a next door neighbor that was 2 feet away. Remember? That house that he lived in was right next to another house. But when I look at some of these places, there was a family when I was down in Florida watching the minor league hockey game. And it appeared to be a father and son, and the father had one of these where
Working his mouth all the time,
that.
yeah.
And he put a ref outfit on, and he brought with him all his props, where he put a ref suit on, like a shirt under his hockey jersey, and black sunglasses and a blind person's walking cane. That was his routine.
That's
and then
a gag.
He turned over.
Yeah.
It was his gag, but it was like he looked like a Rob Zombie cast member. He just had that look with his wispy. And then next to him, 2 doors down, 2 seats down, looked to be maybe his father, who was motionless. Looked like they maybe wheeled him in and put him in the seat and stayed there.
Yeah.
And I constantly think about that Rob Zombie world where you're off the beaten path. And you drive up to a farmhouse, and who could? That's when you find these people in these places sometimes.
Let's say you grew up, in that area, and not in the city, not Ellsworth.
In
I know
Maine?
tons of people that did.
Yeah.
But let's say you did. How do you think you would be different today? Do you think it would have changed you?
I'd be so angry. I
Yeah.
would be so angry.
Really?
I'd be angry. Yeah.
I would think you would be. I would think.
No,
you
I'd
would
be angry because people come in, waltz in. For
Oh.
a short period of time,
He gets
and
angry in
waltz back
Florida.
home.
Yeah, it's true.
I get angry, and I'm technically one of them.
Yes.
Really,
Yeah.
I was one of them. Although I am, qualified. Look where I am now. Okay, that counts as kind of one of them to a degree. Not the way it used to be, but that's kind of what I totally relate to that.
Okay.
I relate more to that than I do to the people that are up here. So I don't. So you want to know why I'm crazy? And why I'm out of my effing mind? I'll tell you why. Because I am one of them, but I get angry at them. I am them, and I get angry at them.
You get angry
I am
at yourself.
Yeah, you are conflicted.
That's my book title. I am them.
Yes.
And I am that peg that doesn't fit in really with either side. That's why I love my friend Zach.
Yeah.
Because he's very much entrenched in his world, and I love it. I love talking to him about it because I'm like, it's like he talks about the people that waltz in and waltz out, and I get it.
Yeah.
And probably more plugged into him than the people that are up here all the time. So it's cool. The dynamic is cool. But down in Florida, it's the same thing. When the locusts waltz in, in January, February, March, and it's like, what can we eat?
But what about
I feel the same way.
The pace of life in Maine versus
The
other
pace
places
of my,
you live?
yesterday after the show, I did some studio work, and then I just vegged. And I don't do that in Florida. And you can't really. Florida's kind of a go for me. I'm always on the go with my son and with that. Up here, you got to make your own fun a little bit. You got to kind of chill out, and it's a great place to do that. If you want to come to a place where it's just natural beauty and you can just enjoy the air and relax, you can make it anything you want. But if you want to just veg and enjoy nature, it's a great chill out place, and that's kind of on the docket today. We're kind of just chilling out. Got some family commitments later in the week, and then we beat feet out of here. But I will tell you, the 4th of July is fun up here. Lots going on. But the greatest 4th of July, and I have to say this to our friend Oscar, the greatest 4th of July was the one where Oscar flew in to Bangor International Airport with his lovely, at the time, girlfriend, Shannon.
Yeah.
And went to the fireworks store and bought, I don't know how much you spent.
It was great.
It involved
it
a reverse
was.
mortgage. I can almost promise you that.
It was
They didn't
the
stop.
best.
It was.
It was so much fun. And the combination of showing you guys, my world up here, and Oscar going all in on it. And it was just, I look back on that, I said, that might be the most fun I had.
It's the greatest
on
show
a
I
4th
didn't
of July.
watch because I was lighting the fuses in a blast shield.
Yeah, there was a blast. We had a blast shield. We had a piece of plywood, right?
Yeah.
Piece of plywood
Yes.
with a blast shield, and these things, and then shoot them out over the water and go, boom, boom,
Yeah.
like that. And I still think really, when you add it all up, I love fireworks, but I think the homemade kind, because now the pyrotechnics that you can walk into these stores
my
that are
gosh,
everywhere, and I still don't know what it's hard. It's hard for me to decipher the laws for fireworks and transporting fireworks. And I know people cheat all the time.
All the time.
But some of these places, now they're the crappy places, right?
Yes.
That have like you go in. What do you have? We have snakes left. We have we have snakes. That's
I
there he goes.
I judge the fireworks simply on if I can fit it in an SUV. The actual box. Because the boxes we purchased for Mike's house, because I remember renting an SUV.
All right, that's enough.
It was sticking out of the window on the back end. Like,
Yeah, because they have sticks.
yeah, it was
You had
They
a
got
rocket.
them launching
Crazy.
sticks.
You had a rocket. You had
Yes.
an effing rocket.
Yeah.
It was
it
fantastic.
was so much fun. And
So,
these days, Mike, I think a lot. At least for us, the shows we see now are fireworks and drone shows at the same time,
Yeah, that's true, because now the drones can fly through the field of the explosion.
and they can create different messages. They can, if you have a hometown
wow, I
team,
didn't even know that.
It's
I
a
didn't know
different animal.
Well,
Is it-
go ahead.
Are you going to be up there for the 4th?
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
wow,
We're leaving the day after.
That's crazy.
So we'll
That'll be
up
the
here for them.
5th that they're leaving. Then.
yeah.
And really be cool if we had any access down to where I used to be. But I have just waiting.
This bit once again. Why don't you just call and say, "Hey, are you guys doing anything for the 4th?" You can't just call.
That's a good idea. We have to take a break, and we will come back.
I should
with
be
more
invited.
fun.
It's a great
we-
idea.
Yes.
We have the homepage coming up. You're going to love it today. It's really special because it's got one of those old traditions, the 3-joke kicker.
Oh, I
which,
love it.
Everybody will enjoy.
You're back,
And
baby. You're back.
hilarity will ensue. You are listening, ladies and gentlemen, to the Mike O'Mara Show. Whoa. Take care and take control of your hair.
Yes.
It's your hair health with Neutrafol, the #1 dermatologist recommended hair growth supplement. Neutrafol is clinically shown to improve hair growth, visible thickness, and visible scalp coverage. Visit Nutrafol.com/men and take their hair health wellness quiz. And Nutrafol will provide you with a personalized plan for better hair health through whole body wellness. Listen, take the first step to visibly thicker, healthier hair. You're doing it, aren't you, Oscar?
Yeah,
You're giving it a shot.
breaking news whenever it feels like breaking. I know we're pushing the men's side. My wife is so jealous of my Nutrafol that she ordered her own for women.
Yeah,
To thicken her hair.
Yeah.
They've got it for everybody.
She was
And you
Jelly
need-
Belly.
great
She's
head of
like, I was
hair
like, what is
anyway.
this? They sent me more? She goes, no, I ordered it for me.
Was she Totes gels?
She opened the package. She said, is this for me? I said, no, that's for me.
Wow.
That's like taking a bite of my food. Stop it. For a limited time, Nutrafol is offering our listeners $10 off your first month subscription and free shipping when you go to Nutrafol.com/men and enter the promo code TMOS. Find out why over 4,000 healthcare professionals recommend Nutrafol for healthier hair. Nutrafol.com/men. That's Nutrafol.com/men and enter promo code TMOS. That's Nutrafol.com/men, promo code TMOS. And good luck to you and
Thank
to
you.
Shannon for
Keep me
that. I hope
posted.
it works out for you.
Posted.
Do it, man.
Oh, sorry. I forgot my thing.
Oh, there's
back.
the
From
thing.
the four corners of the World Wide Web and into your digital device.
He's got quite-
it's what
quite a
you
library
need to know.
there.
This is the homepage.
Thank you.
Is that Britannica?
Will there
gotta
be
be
a
Britannica.
reading later, Mike?
Yeah, I'll read an excerpt from the book that I wrote. F you. There you go.
F you, F me.
Imagine walking into a TJ Maxx or a Target. What's the first sensation you get? I told you there is a theme that runs through today's show. Are you gouging or gauging how busy it is? I just got off of vacation. Are you gouging? Are you gauging how busy it is? Is it a smell, a sense of excitement? Maybe it's a strong urge to use the restroom. How about that?
Yeah.
A TikTok is going viral where a woman walks into a TJ Maxx and suddenly needs to, go,
Yeah.
like Salma Hayek goes. And apparently other people can relate. Hi.
Hi.
I can relate to that
Hello.
too.
Yeah.
There are thousands of comments now. This has exploded, pardon the pun.
Hey.
it's called the laxative effect of stores like these, and some employees even say they are aware of it from having to share restrooms with customers. And it isn't just TJ Maxx and Target. People say it includes Ross.
Oh, Ross, of
Barnes
course.
and Noble, Macy's, Home Goods, and Michael's. Oh, I bet there's some.
Yeah.
Those yarn ladies. So
Oh,
why
dear.
is this happening? Especially when many people otherwise try to avoid using public restrooms. People have theories. Some say it's the adrenaline rush of being in their favorite stores. Others think it's the coffee they sip as they're shopping. No, I disagree with that one. And some guess that it might have to do with all the walking, or ready for this one, the fluorescent lights.
Oh,
Really?
I hate I hate fluorescent lights.
You know what? I'm not it doesn't make me have to go number 2, but a lot of times I'll have to pee in a store. So I mean, it's probably the
that's
same.
like from a long car ride sometimes. But I think the poo. I have been in multiple Costco, for example, where I will be all day. I recently told you about my digestive issues. And I'll walk into the Costco, and I'll have to, and it's like, oh, here we go again. Yeah. And I wait. Maybe that's why I have trouble, because I wait till I get home.
Best Buy.
I have to have my very specific
Best
product.
place to go.
What's that?
Best Buy.
Really?
Yeah.
Clean?
Well,
Clean?
Well, also
it's
unattended because no one's in Best Buy anymore.
well. No,
This
I
is
disagree.
true.
I disagree because the Best Buy, at least in Rockville, jammed, and that's the one I go to specifically for my mom because she needs stuff for the house. And when I go there, like clockwork, and they follow you because they think you're stealing something because I'm brown, and then they get the brown, if you know what I mean, because I go to work.
I have a
That's very
computer
clever.
chip. I have a computer chip up my butt.
Yeah.
A gut
It happens
doctor
to me
named-
a lot at adult video stores.
Thank you, Rob. There he is, ladies and gentlemen.
This guy looks like a pervert. He's definitely going to steal something.
There you
Follow
go.
him.
What he does. A gut doctor named Supriya Rao says there's not enough definitive research on the connection between TJ Maxx and emptying your bowels, so we don't know about
Okay.
that. We'll have to wait and say,
TJ Maxx.
Here's my picture. Here's my picture. It's invisible. No, it isn't. It's
Mike, you
invisible.
look
No, it
like
isn't.
the amazing
It's
Blackstone.
I could buy it back. I'm buying like a fan. Anyway, it's time to move on, shall we? Yes. Fans throwing things on stage during concerts may have reached its apex during Pink's show at Hyde Park in London the other day. During Just Like a Pill, that's one of her big hits.
Yeah.
A woman threw her mom's ashes on stage. Luckily, the ashes weren't loose.
That's
or
good.
in an urn. They were in a sealed plastic baggie. I know from experience, those are pretty heavy duty.
Yep.
And no, they didn't hit Pink. She picked him up and said, quote, "Wait, this is your mom? I don't know how to feel about this." But she bent down, gently placed them out of the way in front of a speaker, and continued on with the song.
And then Pink picked up the ashes and said, "Man, I got to take a smash."
I got to get to the adult bookstore. Anyway. Speaking of death,
Yes.
you only die once, so why not make it unique? At least that's what some celebrities think when making planning for their funerals. BuzzFeed, love BuzzFeed, put together a list of 11 unusual final requests from famous people. I'm going to give you 5. Here they are. Number 5, Bruce Lee. Footage from his actual funeral was used in his last film, Game of Death. There's a scene where you can see his face in his casket. That's what
Pretty
Bruce
wild.
wanted.
You know what? If you are a showbiz guy, that's a pretty cool, lasting memorial.
Well,
I think that's neat.
so.
Yeah.
That's the next one. Carrie Fisher. Her ashes are held in an urn shaped like a Prozac pill.
That's great.
That's the last funny. I had no. Did you remember that? I know it's probably
No.
been all over.
No,
but it was
I don't
there.
know
I
that?
had never heard that
No.
before.
Do you know the name Fred Bauer? Is Fred Bauer
look.
familiar to either one of you? No, you don't have to look. He is the inventor of Pringles, and he had his ashes in a Pringles can, buried.
That makes
the
sense.
original flavor, by the way.
Wow.
That's what he did.
Once you pop, you can't stop.
Well, he's still.
That's for sure. Hunter S. Thompson, the author of Fear and Loathing in Vegas, Johnny Depp honored his request to have his ashes fired from a cannon. That might be my
That's
choice.
cool.
That's pretty good.
That would be special. And Tupac, his ashes were smoked by members of his former group Outlaws. They smoked Tupac's ashes.
If he's really dead.
yeah, true.
Yes.
Do you remember
Conspiracy theories.
Do you remember Larry Hagman's request? I don't think they ever honored it.
What was that?
That he would be ground up and put over.
and put in a tree.
No, put over land where they planted wheat, and then the wheat be harvested and turned into a cake and fed to the cast of Dallas.
Yeah. Thanks, Larry. That's out there, Larry. A little too much work, Really. I mean, that's
Well, once he's gone, let someone else take care of
wants
it.
to bake.
Absolutely. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Jeannie. Angela Bassett went viral at this year's Oscars, but not in a good way. The camera caught her looking visibly upset when she lost Best Actress to Jamie Lee Curtis. Well, she's getting a little bit of a consolation prize. She and Mel Brooks are among those getting honorary Oscars in November. Angela has been nominated twice. First for playing Tina Turner in What's Love Got to Do with It? Spectacular performance in that. And this year for Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, Robb's favorite movie.
I loved it.
That is his
3 times in a
absolute
theater.
favorite.
Yeah.
That's very, very exciting. She was not happy that Jamie Lee got the
I wonder what
Oscar
they're
nod for
honoring
that.
Mel for, because Mel has an honest Oscar. He's an EGOT, so he has one of each. So maybe a lifetime achievement?
Probably.
Yeah, I hope so.
Probably.
Yeah.
90-something, so that would do it. You can now stay in a real-life Barbie Malibu Dreamhouse. Ken, yes, the doll, is hosting. Oh, we have somebody in back of me right now. What's up, bud? Hi. What, you
Oh,
coming
he's
in?
hiding.
What do you-
There he is. Wow, like a magic
What do
show.
you need?
Excuse me? What?
And he's
Can
gone.
you have- no, I need the charger for the show. I'll give it to you after the show. I'm sorry. Get another one from Mommy.
And don't unplug the printer, honey.
Yes, don't unplug the
Not
printer.
the printer.
Not the printer.
Yeah, you can get Ken the doll hosting one night stays on Airbnb beginning July 21st. Ken says, quote, what do you mean Ken says? He's a doll.
I know, he's not real.
This is when I feel like I'm reading a commercial. Ken says, quote, welcome to my Kendom. While Barbie is away, she has handed over the keys to her Malibu Dreamhouse. I've added a few touches. By the way, my daughter, 26 years old, soon to be 26, super, amazingly excited to go see the Barbie movie. Yes.
Also,
I don't know nothing about that.
the machine that's running this, Mike,
Yes.
right now on HGTV, they're doing a huge special with all of their stars where they actually build this Barbie dream home that you're talking about now, that now is on
Okay.
Airbnb. And it is promoed every single break.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I liked
Yeah,
it when
they've
the
added-
property brothers kissed. That was the best scene.
They've added a few touches to bring much needed Kenergy. This is one I feel
Stop
like I'm
it!
just promoting it.
How dare you?
The 3-story bright pink house is literally in Malibu. The listing is for only 2 guests with 1 bedroom and 1 bathroom. It also has an outdoor disco dance floor, infinity pool with floats that spell out Ken. God, we're just such idiots.
I know.
We are so stupid. in
I
this
kind of want to see
society.
the show where they build the house, though.
A balcony with an ocean view and a Wild West themed room called Kendom Saloon.
That's not even clever.
Guests will get their own yellow and pink Impala skates and surfboard.
Oh, you get a free pair of skates if you're an idiot. And on the side, it says idiot on the
The
skates.
listing goes up July 17th at 10 a.m. Pacific. Airbnb will also make a one-time donation to save the children. There it is.
Yeah, but
How about
Save the
that?
children from this.
Isn't that
Guys,
nice
I
of
think
them?
we're being like curmudgeon-y about this because people pay hundreds of thousands of dollars to sleep inside the Disney castle.
Yes. That's stupid as well.
Oh,
That's a-
Jesus Christ.
It is. It's dumb.
If you had you have daughters, what if they said, Pa, can we stay at the Barbie house in Malibu? What would you say?
I'd say get downstairs into the room.
Oh, no.
For the beatings that happen? I don't know.
No, just where they have quiet time.
Okay.
Sure. Sometimes it's quiet.
Men, now a little something. Men are paying $70 for a 3-page professional evaluation of their penis, where they are assessed on criteria from length to aesthetics. Website Aeronite, probably Aeronite,
Yeah.
doesn't hold back to spare anyone's feelings about their things, advertising their service as a well-founded and honest evaluation, which can also be tough at times. A 5-member jury evaluates a man's lower region based on 8 criteria. Are you ready?
Ready.
Thickness, length, shape, veins,
Oh.
aesthetics, glands, hair, and testicles. A participant will receive a got quiet in here.
Yeah.
A participant will receive a 3-page certificate costing $70 with the option to add a seal for an extra $20. I guess that's the the certificate of authenticity.
Yeah, sure.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Those seeking an evaluation must send in their best pictures as well as a self-assessment. Afterwards, the graphic images are all deleted for privacy. Excerpts from anonymous ratings include advice to shave yourself and make it look more presentable. My picture was refused twice when I captioned it with the words, "Actual size may vary." My picture was refused twice when I captioned it with the words, "Objects in the mirror may be larger than they appear." My picture was refused when I included a mushroom soup recipe with it.
Oh, that's
Thank you very much. Yeah.
yuck.
Yeah, see, those are all
Yeah.
small Irish penis jokes right there. Thank you. Thank
Go
you
to the
very much.
Ken Castle and get yourself
all week.
mushroom soup.
Mushroom soup. We'll be right back, everybody. Hey, everybody. I got to do this thing, so bear with me for a second here, if you can. Sorry. It's a
Oscar and
new
Al
world.
dance.
Hey, guess what? You might need Chime. You might think a credit score is no big deal, but if you're dealing with a low credit score or no credit score at all, that could be a problem for your future financial goals. That's why millions of people swear by Chime's secured credit builder Visa credit card. You build your credit score safely with everyday purchases and on-time payments. Plus, there's no annual fee or credit check to get started. Use it everywhere. Visa credit cards are accepted anywhere, so you can use it then and build credit using your own money. Your credit's a big deal. Please remember that. So build yours up with Chime. Just open a Chime checking account with a $200 qualified direct deposit to get started. Get started at chime.com/TMOS. That's chime.com/TMOS. The Chime Credit Builder Visa credit card is issued by Stride Bank N.A., member FDIC. Chime checking account and $200 qualifying direct deposit required to apply. Out-of-network ATM withdrawal fees may apply. On-time payment history may have a positive impact on your credit score. Late payment may negatively impact your credit score. Results may vary. And thank you to Chime. Give it a try. If you're, if you're in need of that, I think it's a really, really good idea. Welcome back to the show. What was that?
That's the chime.
Oh, you only put it at the end, though.
Yeah, you
That
grew.
is, you were tardy. You were
No, you grew so weary of the chime during this spot. You did.
I would no. If you had Chime right from the beginning and like you knew it was coming up on the show, which you
Right.
didn't,
I did.
That would be perfectly acceptable.
All
I
right.
would be
you know what?
happy with
Noted.
that.
We will
More
chime
chime
it up. We'll
during
chime it
chime
up.
time.
You're
That's
the
right.
one that organizes the commercials,
He
so
knows
you
he's
kind of
got to
know when
listen
it's
from
coming.
him.
I know. I've got
You
it
know?
right here, but I didn't think that you wanted it. But now I know.
I was thinking about human beings. What I have been watching with a deep dive, and I know you guys talked about this last week and you had a talking head about it, and I hate to beat the drum again, but I wanted to mention that I have now watched not only a home documentary done by a kid that didn't get to go on the submersible, but documented his trip to Newfoundland and his boat ride out there and his attempt to get on the submersible and all the problems. And then I watched another CBS Sunday morning bit where the guy went out and he was going to go down to the Titanic, but the waves were too big. I think they pulled off of a lot of those expeditions. And the only time that I saw the video game controller was on the CBS morning piece because they fended off the trip down to the Titanic because of rough seas. They couldn't do it. But then they were going to do a shallower dive in closer to shore where the waves weren't as bad, and then that got scrapped. But when the reporter, is inside the submersible, they actually show him the video game controller
Yes.
Yeah,
I've seen
complete
the video.
with the red and black controller buttons. And I said to myself, the capacity for human beings to just cast their gut feelings and their fears away for something that they want to do.
Yeah.
I think that's what we all are. I think that you think about the idea of the CBS reporter was signing a release,
Yeah.
And he was signing this incredibly horrific release. And I thought, I signed a release when I went on this weight loss medication. This release had every possible scenario. I'm not up to and including death, who knows, but I signed it. Why did I sign it? Because I wanted that. And I think with human beings, do not underestimate the ability for humans to throw everything out of their minds if they really, really want something. Including, go ahead.
Look, this has been a common, a very thoughtful conversation that's been had, not just here, but across the internet and online. I actually don't think that the controller is such a big deal because you see military drones use Xbox controllers of some capacity to essentially, defend this country, and some say, attack the bad guys.
Can I stop you
Yes.
though? This is the immediate feeling I get.
Yeah.
I'm not a
Okay.
big gamer. Oscar, I just think of the components made out of light playtime plastic.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if drones are using the same thing, that's weird too to me. I think of something hardier. You've used drones,
Correct.
right? The drone, an expensive drone, would have an expensive controller. It might look like a video game, but the components, or am I wrong?
Well, it's the same as an Xbox controller, and this is what's crazy.
So it's made out of that flimsy, lightweight plastic.
And your screen is your iPhone.
To save cost.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's for every drone.
Yeah,
now.
that's how they
your
do it.
screen
Well, that's
is your
how
iPhone.
they do it. So most drones are controlled by a video game like
Some that type of controller.
They
yeah.
have like a little joystick, isn't it?
No, it's like
I thought it was a space age polymer.
we actually have a controller here for one of the camera drones we have that we can't fly in the DC area, and
Okay.
it looks like an RC controller.
So you don't think it's that big a deal?
I don't think it's that big a deal. What I thought was compelling, and if I
How
could,
about
if I could dovetail,
20-something bolts that are screwed in with a Black & Decker power drill before they're going to the bottom of the ocean?
What I thought was compelling is that because it's an experimental craft,
Right.
and the engineering has not been not just certified, but it's like one person's opinion or one group's opinion. You can get groupthink involved where everybody's like, oh, it's good to go, it's good to go, it's good to go, it's good to go. Is the latest news that broke, and this is not confirmed, but I think you all will find this interesting, is that apparently this submersible had a carbon fiber shell. And you see within the video,
tasty candy shell.
you see within the video
Your brain has a shell.
that the screen, the monitor that's being used to actually navigate this submersible, it's using bolts that are bolted in directly into the carbon fiber. And the question is this: if the carbon fiber shell is an inner shell,
Right.
and then they have a separate carbon fiber outer shell, that if the outer shell contracted into the inner shell and there are these bolts that were used in carbon fiber.
Is this the deep dive on what may
This
have
is
really
the deep
caused
dive.
Mm-hmm.
So you have an outer shell and an inner shell.
Right.
But the pressure from the deep blue sea compressing it down could have made contact with the inner shell and the bolts that were clumsily used in carbon fiber.
Because a lot of that submersible on the inside looked like it was done in the basement of the science building.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Mhm.
Correct. If that was compromised simply just for aesthetics, that could have been the issue. That could have been the problem after like its seventh dive. That was enough. It created a bulge on the inner shell,
Well, it's
which
puncturing
touched
it.
the other shell, which then possibly created some
And
sort
once
of
it
compromise.
punctures the outer shell, the inner shell is already compromised because it has bolts
Correct.
in it. Yeah.
You know, you hear a lot about the millisecond where they wouldn't even know what happened, and I believe that. But don't you think also that they may have heard?
Oh, absolutely.
I mean,
yeah,
the
yeah,
actual implosion itself, it's all over.
Yeah.
But the leading up to that,
They
you
would
know,
have
it's
heard
like,
something. Yeah.
What's that? Remember when we were doing my iPhone breaking, Rob? That
Yes.
particular
Hold on.
sound?
Yes. Hold on.
The because it's like leading up to it. It just, I don't know. I think the point I was trying to make with this, Oscar, was just getting into that.
Yeah.
I would imagine that all those people, and by the way, these were not all the uber rich. These were scientists.
They weren't dummies.
These were journalists.
Yeah.
These were people that but there were people that put a second mortgage on their home to get on there, according to the owner.
There were also people that saw what you saw and said, not going to do that. Not ready to go. Not ready to go.
There were.
Yeah.
Really? I mean, would they get out there and do that and say,
they had put their deposit down. They watched a fail. The most, I guess, popular video at the moment is a gentleman who was supposed to go, put his deposit down, watched a failed launch out, like essentially off the coast of Bermuda when they were testing it, and said, those just look like PVC pipes on the side. There's not even like, who's building this thing? So he said, I need my money back.
Yeah,
and asked for his money back.
And Mike, he never got to hear this.
Here we go.
I don't even think you hear that. You know what you hear, Mike? And I hope the case is it's nothing. It's absolutely nothing, and it just boop for the family members and the loved ones.
I hope so.
That it's
so
just
there's no sound at all. It's just poof.
And our sub expert, his name again?
Frank DiGiacomo.
Thank you. He said that it's like a razor blade. It'll just have done. It's over.
Wow.
But to go back to what you said about human nature, this is a funny parallel just occurred to me. People sign that release form because that's what they want to do. That's really the major theme of that episode of Black Mirror we watched yesterday.
Yeah, signing releases.
Because that's what you want.
Yeah, you want to cover your ass.
Yeah.
They want to cover their ass.
They want to cover their ass, but we, as a people, I think I'd be hard-pressed to find anyone that's ever read the entire iPhone agreement or the entire Netflix agreement.
Believe it or not, and this might be an oversimplification, but I equate it with bungee jumping, skydiving. You know, you want to do it.
Well,
you want to do it. The element of risk.
Yeah.
You know?
Brian.
Dan went skydiving.
Yeah.
You know,
I went twice.
Look at Mac.
You went twice.
Yeah.
In an orange jumpsuit.
parachute.
Yeah.
What made you want to go, Mac?
I don't know. I do like flying. I do just enjoy flying, and that's the closest
surprised
you can
at
get.
that. That's cool.
Like, you mean like in an airplane or like Superman flies?
Everything that has to do with flying.
Okay, because you did the thing in Vegas too, that zip wire.
Yep.
Yeah.
I like.
Have you bungee jumped?
That one is one that I think I want to do, but actually scares me more because of the
If you do
G-forces.
decide to do it, you won't need to sign a release with us, but we'd love you to bring your video camera.
Yes.
Yeah.
I might.
And sign over
I've
the rights
thought about
to the
that
video.
for some time, but that one's a lot more scary to me than skydiving. I mean,
I feel
would
really
go
bad if
skydiving
something
again.
happened to him if you were doing it for the show. But Mac, I wanted to ask you. You know, Rob, back in the day, the memory of the wonderful Carl Fippinger on the show.
Yes, Danger Boy.
Fippinger would be Danger Boy. And Mac, if you want to do fun things and share them with us,
Yes.
Sure.
You know,
We could put some shekels together.
Yeah.
I think we could maybe
Start
make
slow.
make
Tomorrow,
a couple
come
of
in.
things happen.
Come into work with springs on your shoes.
No, tomorrow when he goes home tonight, just hop on a slip and slide.
Is it wet or is it dry?
Dry, of course.
We're starting
Therein lies
slow.
the fun.
Right.
Yeah. We're going to take a break, and Rob was curious about the submersible too, so he visited a very high-level scientist's home over the weekend to discuss these and other scientific endeavors. As he went to the home of Jimmy Cerrito. You'll hear all about that when we return, ladies and gentlemen. This portion of the Mike O'Mara Show is brought to you by Legacybox. Get to know Legacybox, the ultimate solution for preserving your precious memories. Don't let your box of old home movies deteriorate in a hot, damp, musty box this summer. With Legacybox's Save Your Tape sale, you can easily access and you can protect those memories forever for only $9 per tape. It's like magic. Simply send in your Legacy box filled with VHS tapes, camcorder tapes, and pictures. Their professional team will digitize everything and return it to you on a thumb drive or in the cloud, along with your original items. Experience the amazing feeling of bringing your past into the present and preserving it for the future. We've all used it, and we all love it because you can't put a price on memories. and I love watching them. I love the videos, and I
Yeah.
did one for my mom, which was spectacular. Don't let this summer's heat age your videotapes, film reels, and fade your photos. Visit Legacybox/TMOS to shop their $9 tape sale. That's Legacybox.com/TMOS to unlock this incredible offer. It is meant to be.
Thank you.
So, scientist James Cerrito.
Yeah, and he's more of a social scientist, really.
He's a good guy. He's
The
just
best.
such a decent. We've been so fortunate to have so many decent people, people like Steve Bridges, people like Jimmy Cerrito, that we have contact with through this show, and I consider it one of my blessings. My friend
Love
Colonel
Jimmy.
Colburn and his lovely
Yes.
wife Nancy just came to my house, and I was so thrilled. But Rob was off to Jimmy's, and here's the neat thing about this: this is the first time in the history of Rob where he has gone to Jimmy Cerrito's house, where he is not going to see Jimmy Cerrito with the promise of a free meal.
And
Yes.
yet there was a free meal.
Can
Technically, you're probably
Yeah,
right.
there was.
can we back up for a second? I got a message from Jimmy. I thought the party was next weekend. This coming
It might
weekend.
still be going.
because he said, "Hi, you made the cut party," and I said, "Okay,
You made
see you then." And he sent me a link, so I glanced at it and I was like, "Okay, that's not this
Right.
weekend; it's next weekend."
Have you been busy?
me?
Yes.
Yes,
I see. I feel it when you're busy.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
I feel it when you're busy, and you're still busy when you're down here. I feel like your nose is to the grindstone.
I'm reading books.
He has a book.
I've got a book recommendation.
I'll get the dinger out. Hold
Yes.
on just a second here. So Oscar usually makes contact on the week where I'm
Correct.
out.
Right.
Correct.
And there was a bit, but minimal for Oscar.
Okay.
All right. So that's the.
Well, I didn't want to trouble. I only send you good news, Mike. I didn't want to trouble you with bad news.
Was there bad news?
It's like we don't ever have a conversation. We talked about it yesterday after the show.
But that's okay.
Okay.
I mean, we've been there before.
Jesus Christ.
I get it.
What happened? So, guys.
But let me list the
Yes.
thing. Then
Okay.
right before I left, what happened to the internet cables I was supposed to see, the Ethernet cables?
No, you said you were going to let us know if you needed them.
No, I said go ahead and send them. That's
I'm sorry. I thought you were going to get up there and see what you had.
And then yesterday, at the end of the show, and this
Yes.
is like 24 hours,
Correct.
you said the backdrop was going to be sent. And I'm just
That's
worried.
a file
I didn't get anything.
that I made and it didn't work out. Look goofy. You want me to send you a
Okay,
goofy
but you
file?
didn't tell me, so you're very busy reading
Yes.
your book. I just
Yes.
and it's not. I guess the point I'm trying to make is it's not a surprise that you're forgetting the people that love you.
What day was the party?
It was Saturday.
Okay, I was working Saturday, so
That I know he is.
yes.
Yeah, that's true.
He works all week. He
was-
works
I was
Saturdays
at-
and Sundays.
We had a production on Saturday. We had
theatrical production.
yes, theatrical.
Uh,
I
if you
debut.
don't
never
realize,
seen Oscar.
Oscar's doing a drag show.
I debut.
Well, I hope it's as good as last year when he did Pippin.
So when Rob told me he went to, I was like, oh Jesus, I missed that.
Yeah.
How'd it go?
It was great. I've never been to his house. He lives quite close to where Mike used to live in Manassas.
Yeah, he's a Manassas guy.
Yeah, Manassas guy.
I've not only been to his home, I've slept in his home.
Yeah.
I was.
I remember Maureen woke you up.
That's right. I didn't know how to get there, so I was, relying on the navigation. I said, hope I can find the place. I turn onto his street, and in his driveway is the Jimmy's van, the big delivery van.
Yeah, the catering van.
So I knew it was there. So I went there, and I go up to him, and of course he screams to me, "Let's go, Buffalo!"
I would imagine a private party at Jimmy's house would be a pretty well-attended affair.
It was thick. I thought I saw maybe 4 bartenders and a lot of customers that I've seen at his place, to a point where I actually asked Jimmy, "Who's at your bar? Everyone's here." He says, "I don't know. I think Scott's there." And so,
This is a going-away party because Kelsey's going to New Zealand.
New
and,
Zealand, her boyfriend
So
is
cool.
Yeah, her
Yeah, go
boyfriend's already there.
All right.
And he's bought a van, and they're going to drive around, and he is a mechanic. The boy can work as a mechanic, and Kelsey's a heck of a bartender, and they're going to drive around New Zealand.
It's a
and
horrible joke that I can't make.
don't do it.
Why do you? Are
Because
you
he's a
reading
friend.
my, are you reading my mind?
No, I'm not. But
All right.
if it's a horrible joke, don't do it. But I also found out two great things about Jimmy is that
Kelsey Petito. I mean, Cerrito.
She is going to.
That's a Florida. Okay, that's horrible. Well, you said it's a boyfriend with a
van. That's
That
right.
is so evil.
dark.
That's not
It's so
good.
dark.
That's
What
like
is
something
wrong
I would
with you?
do.
I'm not well. I'm up here. I'm up in my dark place, Oscar.
With all the FBI agents.
All of a
on
sudden, you're Stephen King.
the mass murderers. That's right.
You get like that up here.
Yeah. we all float down here. So Maureen Donahue Cerrito and James Cerrito will be going to New Zealand to visit, but that is not the greatest thing I found out.
Okay.
Jimmy is buying tickets to go see the Bills play in London, England on October 8th.
As he
Good
should.
for him.
As he
Good.
should.
And all
God
I could
bless.
think
Business
about
is good.
all
That's
I
great
could
for
think
him.
about is how funny it would be not to go to the game in London, but to see Jimmy at the game in London. I would love it.
The man lives life. That's
he
what I
does.
love about
he
Jimmy.
He truly does.
Jimmy is one of my friends that when I have done stuff, Jimmy is the greatest, easiest yes answer of anybody, and I just love that. Jimmy was Sturgis. It wouldn't have been the same without Jimmy. And Jimmy's just a guy that loves to travel and loves to just lap it all up, and he does it with his beautiful daughter and his
Infectious.
team that he loves.
Yeah.
I'm proud of the guy.
I
love
love-
that.
I
That's
love-
a way.
he's-
It's a blueprint for how to live your life. It
He's
really
my
is.
favorite guy to be on a plane with. He is just the best. And then I stayed for an hour and a half, I guess, because it was not exactly my crowd. I knew some of his employees. I knew him,
And
but
it's
he was
hard, right?
he was
Isn't
doing
it kind of hard to go to a party.
Well, the thing is that he was attending to me like he does when he's at his bar. He's such the
sweet.
greatest host, and
Right.
I knew that as long as I was going to be there, he wasn't going to be free to bounce
Yeah.
around.
Yeah,
So I excused myself, and I'm leaving. I said, Jimmy, thank you so much for including me. This was great. He says, but wait, you haven't seen my office. And I got a full
I've
tour.
seen his office.
His
Yeah.
office is
How
great.
many Buffalo Sabres jerseys in that office?
Oh,
right?
it looks like a closet.
Yeah.
But he's
He's
got
such a good
all
guy.
his
I love
Buffalo stuff, and then also he's got neat stuff. He has something that I'm very jealous of, a vintage Coke machine.
Oh.
And he gave me a soda from it with the coin operated one. He has his original Jimmy's cash register. He's
Yeah.
got the first foosball machine from Jimmy's.
Oh, that's
his
cool.
house is beautiful. The kitchen, remember he talked about how he had the kitchen redone?
Yes.
It's gorgeous. But as you came in, there was, of course, a huge, huge pan of wings on the kitchen
The
counter.
food must have been great.
It was insane. And I asked Jimmy, I said, now, the wings on the counter, is that for the party today or is that all the time? But he was
Got it. Hold on a second.
What do you
got?
have?
All right, I think I might have.
Yeah, text. You're calling him. We
but
can call him.
In any case,
No, Mike's calling him. What's this? Oh, voicemail from Jimmy. Oh, that's sweet.
There's a kazoo in the background. That's why I'm playing this.
Love you, brother, Jimmy and Kelsey.
Oh,
There he goes.
that's great. But anyway,
probably
best wishes to Kelsey. I'm jealous to be her age and to have the opportunity to go and explore another country like that. That's sensational.
she's got the Cerrito spirit.
and just
and
a
Kelsey
great
can
family.
write a
Great
post on social media better than anybody about her experiences and her travels. She did that video when she was traveling
Yes.
the ocean. She's like an adventurer. That's
Yeah, she is.
Kelsey's MO is kind of
That's cool.
having adventures. And look, in this day and age, man, with all the rules kind of upside
Do it.
down and people get out and do something, live your
Yeah.
life. I'd say that to my daughter. I mean it from the bottom of my heart. And I think that perhaps 10 years ago I wasn't the same way, the way I would think about my kids growing up. I literally understand the concept of I just want you to be happy. I just want you to be happy, and that's what it's all about. And it's special, and I love watching the young woman that she's become because of that. So if you have kids, look, I think it's great to have a plan. I think it's great to have nose to the grindstone. I think it's great to accomplish things, whatever floats your boat. But if you're somebody that just wants to experience life too, that's okay. There's time. There's time when you're young.
There is,
Okay?
yeah.
You can do that. And there's time when you're old too. You know, you can be 64 and be the father of a soon to be 10-year-old. That can happen. Life is better. That's the way I look at it. You know, that's my non-dark side.
Yeah.
The other was that I made that van joke.
It
about
was
the kid
simply
that
a
was
joke.
killed
That's
and
all we're
murdered.
just
It was
making a joke. Is all.
just
But,
a little joke. So,
but Jimmy is the
salute.
greatest, and thank you for including me. It was a wonderful party. He knows how to do it. And
What did you eat?
They had a barbecue, and I had a barbecue with there was beans on the side that was great. I had some wings, some charcuterie, but nothing crazy. Nothing crazy.
Good for you. All
It
right,
was
I'm proud of
great.
you too.
Yeah,
All right,
sorry.
I'm proud of you too. That's wonderful. That's great. We'll take a break, and when we come back, it's is it time already?
It's
for the
time.
Got to
flip?
flip it,
It
Jack.
is
The
time.
flip of side is coming up next right here on the Mike O'Mara Show. Whoa, everybody. And congratulations and bon voyage to Kelsey Cerrito. And I want to see a picture of that boyfriend. Thank you.
You know all the words.
Summertime's here. It's time to focus on your furs.
Your what? Oh, your
Mrs. O'Mara's very uptight about her storefront opening, and she's been on the phone every day as they're making the finishing touches to the flagship store of Derm Glow Skin down in Fort Myers, Florida. Luckily, Derm Glow has everything you need in one place. Attention, fellas! Mike's Big or Mike's Little packages are still on sale. They've been evaluated for $70 by a website that took pictures and said, Mike's Big package is A-OK.
Do you get the picture when you buy the package?
I get it, and then it's transferred to a special print that's like a watercolor.
That you can eat.
Ladies, indulge yourself with Carla's Beauty Bundle, also on sale now. Discover the latest products from Azul, or try the Grande, Fantastique, Fanning A, and Curling A Mascara A.
Nice.
And don't miss the wonders of the Peptide Recovery Mask. That sounds like something I had last night, a peptide recovery mask.
Peptide?
With Derm Glow, enjoy fast shipping and worldwide delivery. They even offer Afterpay for your convenience. Enhance your loveliness with virtual skin consultations and find the perfect products for you. And if you can't decide, an e-gift card from Derm Glow is always a winner. Visit dermglowskin.com today, the ultimate facial boutique featuring facials and products by the pampering esthetician. Pampering esthetician who's really happy that my beard's coming back because she thinks my naked face is ugly.
Oh.
Reach out today and tell them that Hee Haw's Mini Pearl sent you. Howdy. Now it's time, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go right to
Flip
this.
it.
And I'm learning it. It's a new place up here. Bear with me, please.
Oh, that's my daughter.
The flip side.
All right, this sounds like it could be a Florida story, but it's a Georgia story. Do you have any stray dogs in your neighborhood? I don't have any stray dogs in my neighborhood.
We have Bear.
When I was younger, I'd have stray dogs in my neighborhood, but not now.
And you'd think that
Well, in Latin America, it's a normal thing.
But you would think that would be sort of a drag and that's not useful. Well, it is useful when a stray dog gets into your trash and finds something that you don't expect to find in trash. A live grenade.
First I prayed, then my husband and I and the dog left, and my son left as well.
We have this loose dog in the neighborhood that just is tearing up trash. And we went in the backyard. It was a gun clip and what looked like a fake grenade. So when I went out there, I was like, no, this looks pretty real.
It was real, and they had to evacuate the neighborhood because puppers found a grenade.
And those people went on to say, we were amazed that it was a grenade. We like to fall out.
They did like to fall out. Do you know the space that they evacuated, Mike, was as big as a chocolate pie?
Yeah,
a mile wide. That's right. But
I
nobody was
evacuated.
hurt.
I evacuated this morning.
Oh, did you go to Ross?
Nice poll.
All the way through the
Ross.
show.
Okay, keep an eye on FedEx. They're shifty and they're up to something.
Why?
They're rolling back odometers on the trucks they're reselling.
Oh, no.
It's true.
So would you use
what?
would you use a FedEx truck for like a food truck, something like that?
I think you
Repurpose
could
it?
probably repurpose it for that.
Of course.
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, who would go out and buy one? You wouldn't buy one for a family car, is my point.
A delivery van.
Yeah, I use
Okay.
it. I use it for gaming.
You drive it with an Xbox controller.
But be careful.
Over the last several years, I've noticed that some of the commercial trucks that have been going through my dealership had issues with the odometers. the FedEx contractor contacted me and said, "Hey, what are you trying to pull here?" And I said, "What's wrong?" And he said, "I took this into Freightliner and had the vehicle hooked up to their computer, and it has over 400,000 miles, and your odometer says 180,000 miles."
Oh.
Yeah, he also liked to fall out.
Can you imagine?
I mean, that's hinky. That's God almighty.
That's illegal. It's very illegal.
Like, is it an institutional, is a systemic problem with FedEx doing this? Is it their MO, or is there an inter-office memo?
Yeah, no, it's probably the middleman.
It's some Yahoo.
Yeah, it's somebody's
dick.
like that has a license to resell these, and he's like,
Yep.
"Oh, and he gets some."
Well, FedEx,
Yeah, I tell you, if it
FedEx
does
was
go
named
big-
in the lawsuit.
If
so-
it goes bigger, who knows?
Yeah.
Watch out.
Yeah.
Because that's a big deal.
Yeah, you better watch out.
I'll watch out.
And you better not
Watch out.
cry.
Thank you, Rob.
I'm scared of it. This is the one thing that freaks me out about used cars in general is that there is the ability for criminals to change the odometer on used cars with digital readouts, right?
Yeah.
Digital odometers.
Yep.
I just don't know how you can catch someone from doing that.
Well, I think it's due diligence. I think it's always bringing a mechanic, and it's always having somebody that knows. Down here, when I say down here, I'm talking like I'm still in Florida. In Florida, absolutely incredible market on cars that have been submerged.
Oh,
That
no.
that's the worst,
That they
yeah.
doll up.
Mhm.
Yeah, you got to be very, very
Jesus.
mindful of that.
I
You
would
know,
never
hey,
buy a FedEx
I got an
truck.
Aston Martin for $1.
Yeah, a
All right.
FedEx truck
Yeah.
that's been submerged. Make sure all the water's out of it. You
Hello?
want to open all the doors.
I've got your package here.
All right, let's close with this. Are you familiar with ride share or a share rider system where bikes are allowed to use real lanes on a road and it's marked? And they said,
ride
Yeah, it's
share
it's here in
areas
DC.
for a
we have it,
bicicleta.
yeah.
Well, there's an old man. I didn't know. I was unable to figure out where this city was, but the old man doesn't know about rideshare, and he is so up in this bicycle guy's business that he's running out of threats.
He's a male Karen.
He is, but his his insults are great.
Tough guy. You want to be a tough guy? You're not so tough right now, are you? Call the cops. You're not so tough, are you, small guy? You're
Hold on.
short.
All right, you got to stop it again.
Yeah.
Stop it and start
Yeah.
because you didn't set it up right.
Right.
Who is the guy? Who's the loud guy saying
Yeah,
tough
what's
guy?
happening? Who's
Who
some
is
of the
that?
players?
Is that
All
the bicycle guy
no.
or is that the car?
All the threats are coming from the old man.
Okay,
All the
but-
threats are
but-
coming
wait.
from the old man.
Well, who's the bicyclist?
The bicyclist was just he is responding to him. It'll become clear.
Wait, can we rewind a second?
Yes, of course.
Okay, so is this a motorist and a bicyclist?
I assume it's a motorist, but the guy is just
Is it
yelling.
audio or is it video?
Well, I saw the video.
What was in the video?
The video was just a close up of the guy yelling because he is
From a car window?
No. He was standing in front of the bicyclist.
Oh, so he's out of the car.
Yeah,
gotcha.
and
So it
I
might
don't
be in
know
his
if
yard.
He could be. He could be. But it'll become clear which is which.
Okay, cool.
The bicyclist he's perfectly within his rights.
They
But
both
the-
sound a little long in the tooth, Rob. They both sound like they might
I
be
can't
a
see
little
the bicyclist. I
Because
think
he's,
the
he's
bicyclist
got the
is-
GoPro on.
Yeah, he does.
right.
Yeah.
Tough guy. You want to be a tough guy? You're not so tough right now, are you?
Call the cops.
You're not so tough, are you, small guy? You're a short
I'm following the
little guy.
law. You're not following the law.
You're a tiny little man. Think you're a
Vehicle
big
code.
shot. My name is your worst enemy. I'm your huckleberry, buddy. You short little hunk. You come through this town thinking you're really cool on your bike, like you own this lane. Look, at the bike lane is on this
It's
side.
called share
It's
row.
right in the middle of the street,
Share
buddy.
row. I get share row. I get
But
that
you
entire
came
lane.
around me like this.
You
came
blocked
around.
my way.
I
You
didn't
blocked
block your
my
way.
way.
I honked my horn because you were way over in our lane.
No, that's my lane.
No, it's not
share
your
row.
lane. You're lucky today,
Look at the
buddy.
law. I
You're
am.
lucky today.
What's your name?
My name is your worst enemy. You don't own the
You
road,
own the
buddy.
road?
I don't own the road.
See that sign right there? That's share row.
Huh?
Share row. See that symbol right there?
And he got back in his car.
I don't know about that
Like,
at the end, right?
He got back in his car.
There it is in black and white. I don't know.
Hopped in his car and went off to Crazy Sumo.
Oh, my God.
Have fun
That's a hell of a
tonight.
callback. You'll hear all about it
Can't
tomorrow.
wait.
I'm excited. I'm not doing anything today other than sitting in a chair and waiting for that hour to come.
Getting
5:30
ready.
with my
Getting
friend Zach.
ready.
Crazy Sumo. We'll be back tomorrow with a brand new episode, everybody. Don't forget, you can still pre-order our fruitcakes.
Yes.
It is our annual fundraiser going on now.
Good.
If you order them, we're not going to do it in the fall. So if you want your fruitcake, you got to think ahead and plan on it and help out TMOS
now.
because we would love you to get yourself a wonderful, wonderful fruitcake. And if you are so inclined, especially if you happen to be worth $1 billion, check out our patron page as well. We would appreciate that. For Rob Spiewak and Oscar Santana, this is Mike O'Mara saying, so long, everybody.
See ya, folk.
Ciao, ciao.
Want more? make sure you check out The Mike O'Mara Bonus Show. Get it at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.
The most amazing experience. The most amazing experience of my life.
I'm over here now.